The vast proportions of his features made it impossible to assess the age of the giant, but his classically modelled mouth and nose suggest he had been a young man of discreet and modest temper. What I found so fascinating...
Over there!
From a distance, it looked as if he was merely asleep and could, at any moment, clap his heels together and crush the minuscule replicas of himself that swarmed around him. It was partly his immense scale, of course, but above all, it was simply the categorical fact of his existence. Whatever else in our lives might be open to doubt, this giant existed in an absolute sense. Some weeks elapsed before my next journey to the beach, and by then any human likeness held by the giant had vanished. The interest of the spectators had at last expired. Months later, after the giant's arrival had been generally forgotten, various pieces of the body began to reappear around town.
Oi! Get out of it! You want to look, you pay for it!
As for the immense pizzle, though sadly it is mislabeled as belonging to a whale. Even those who came and saw the giant after the storm now remember him, if at all, as merely a large sea beast. But the giant is still alive for me. I often dream of his resurrection, a colossus striding through the streets of town, picking up the fragments of himself on his return journey to the sea. 3 days passed before my next visit to the beach. The giant was still alive for me, more alive than many of the people around me.
If the butchers start here, we can soon get access to the thigh bone, and we can work our way up to the hip.
Prolonged immersion in seawater and the tumefaction of his tissues had given the face a less youthful look. His features now had an appearance of well-fed maturity, hinting at the growing corruption to come. This was the beginning of his surrender to that all-demanding system of time. The amputation was but the first of a series of depredations. Despite his immense size, these insults to the giant's body made him appear more human to me, more vulnerable.